In this episode, we talk about the 5 easy tips to help you qualify for a home loan. Hey guys, my name is Jeffrey Tuan and welcome to episode number 1 of the Ask Me Realty show, where I try to help you make real estate a little bit less confusing. Now, real estate is super confusing, and that's why I decided to make this series for you guys. Right now it's Monday morning, 8 o'clock, and I'm sitting here in the office all by myself, filming this first episode. I'm super excited. I'm super pumped. Hopefully, this will help a lot of you guys out, just because this is the new market right now, where we're switching over from the investments. Well, I just started. I'm thirsty. We're switching over from investors into primary residence. That means a lot of people are buying homes that they want to live in. Also, a lot of them are first-time home buyers because we have this huge generation of you guys, probably you guys or your younger generations, that is getting to the point where you be buying homes and you want to be moving up rather than renting, because rent's getting extremely expensive, and you want to buy a home for yourself and your family. Makes sense. Now, a lot of times the biggest issue about this is a lot of people are not aware or not educated, or there's so much material online and it becomes really, really confusing. You're reading it all day on Zillow, you're reading it all day on Reddit, and it gets really overwhelming of how much information there is to buying your first home. And it's really important. You should know all this information. So this series right now, I'm trying to make this so that it helps you guys out. Now, this episode, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about qualifying for a home loan, because the most important portion of buying your first home or buying a home in general, it is qualifying for a loan. Now, this can make the process extremely easy, or it can give you anxiety, like crazy. Super crazy anxiety if you don't know what's going on. The more you know, the less anxiety you're going to have throughout this. And lenders tries to make this as easy as possible. Loan officers try to make this easy as possible, but a lot of times it's not up to them. It is up to the banks that you qualify for a home loan. So these are tips. All the guidelines for banks, for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are about the same. Plus the overlays for the lenders are roughly the same. So these tips should work overall for anyone. So tip number 1, most important thing, and very important thing, it is your down payment. Where is it coming from? Now, it doesn't matter if it's 3%, 1%, 5%, 20%, 50% down payment that you're putting down into a house. It needs to be seasoned in an account. It has to be sourced. It has to be sourceable. Like, money can't just randomly appear. Make sure that you have the amounts in the bank account for at least 2 months. Now, most lenders will ask you for 2 months bank statements. The reason for that is because it has to be in there. It has to be in your account for 2 months. Before then, they don't care where the money comes from. Easiest way is just to make sure that the amount of money has been in there for at least 2 months. So if you're planning to buy a home later on this year, make sure you're saving money now. A lot of times the biggest issue comes from you're trying to move money around last minute because you have it like in cash, you have it somewhere else in some other form of. It has to be sourceable. As long as it's sourceable, you shouldn't have an issue. Gift funds are possible through your family members as well, but it has to be sourceable from their accounts. It can't be cash. Second tip, not as important as people make this one out to be. I know a lot of people say this is like the most important thing. A lot of people think you don't qualify for a home loan because this is not good for you, and it's your credit. Credit for traditional loans right now are still about 620, 640 and above. You can qualify for a loan depending on which lender you're going through. Well, there are lenders that are qualifying down to like 540. So credit, important thing is to know your credit though. You want to know what is your credit score. Many things like Discover Card will give you free credit reports every single year. CreditKarma.com will allow you to pull your credit report for free as well, so you can have an understanding of where you're standing in your credit. Because if your credit isn't so good, it gives you some time to repair it. If your credit is good, you don't have to worry about this at all. Main thing is people don't know that you can qualify for with a certain amount of credit, because people always think you have to have like 800 credit score, 700 credit score to qualify for a home loan. That's not realistic. Come on, there's so many people that have like 800 credit or like anything above 700. It's pretty rare. If you have above 700, good for you. You're doing pretty great. It helps out with your interest rate, but it is not necessary to have very high credit to qualify for a home loan. So, but know your credit, really important. Tip number 3, speak with a loan officer. It's simple as that. That's one of the things that people don't do in the beginning, because people always go for realtors first. They talk to the real estate agent. Talk to your loan officer first, because financing is the most important portion of buying a home. It's the most hard portion. Really, buying a home in terms of the real estate side is extremely easy. You find a home you like, you write the contract for it, your offer gets accepted, do a home inspection, get all the documents in place, and you're done. Escrow's finished for the real estate side. Everything else that happens in the 30-day, 45-day escrow, it's on the financing portion. It's the hardest, most difficult portion of it. Talk to a loan officer first instead of a real estate agent. Loan officers will allow you to understand the whole process, and you should understand the whole process. So speak with the loan officer and get an idea. Now, this kind of goes hand in hand with tip number 4, where it's shop around for services. Now, when I say shop around for services, I don't mean shop around for interest rates. Shop around for overall services, because you want to work with a lender or loan officer that you can work with, that's providing you with the right amount of service. It's the same thing as being a lawyer, finding a doctor. Like you want to work with someone that you can trust. You want to work with someone that's knowledgeable. Same idea. There's really no different between a loan officer with a doctor and a lawyer, other than they have a little bit more schooling, and they have like a master's degree kind of, because they have to go 4 years more. But besides the fact of that, you want to work with a loan officer that is knowledgeable and that you can talk to. Shop around for these services. Now, not just interest rate, because a lot of times it doesn't matter if you can get a 2% interest rate, you can get a 3% interest rate if they can't close the loan. What's the point of them giving you the lowest interest rate if you can't get the house? It's pointless then, right? So you want to shop around for services that make sense for you. Now, lenders, loan officers have different ways of charging for their services, either on top of your interest rate that they can get back in the yield spread, or they'll charge you origination up front. Shop around for these services, find out the one that makes the most sense for you. A lot of times you'll be very surprised about how much information a person can provide, and you probably won't mind spending just a little bit more by getting the more knowledgeable person, because in the end of the day, you're willing to pay a little bit more going to the best lawyer, even though they're probably going to take a little bit more from your case, but they're going to likely to win your case. Or to spend a little bit more money, spend a little bit more money going to the best doctor, where you know that you're going to have a better success of healing faster or whatever. You spend money in those forms. Why not spend money in this? Because this is going into the biggest investment of your life. Last thing, most important thing, is to know the different loan products. I can't stress this enough, how important this is to know the different loan products. Don't go with what your best friend is telling you is working for them. It might not work for you. Now, every loan product and the different types of loans will make sense for everyone. It's situational, it's case by case. Most important thing that you can do, and the best thing that you can do, is know the difference between them, so you can make a decision for yourself which one makes the best sense for you. FHA conventional loans, huge difference in terms of the products that they offer. You want to know the difference between them so you can make the best choice. Don't let the loan officer make the choice for you. A lot of times loan officers will be like, oh, you want the lowest interest rate? We're going to put you in an FHA loan. Well, guess what? Your mortgage insurance now doesn't go away. You have to refinance your loan. Do you want to refinance your loan? Depending on how the market is moving, you might not want to refinance your loan, because it could cost you higher interest rates later on and just cost you extra fees. It doesn't make sense. So you want to know the difference between the loans, find out which makes the most sense for you, and a loan officer can tell you that. You're paying for these services. Might as well get the biggest bang out of your buck. Know the different loan products. All right, so that was the first episode. Super fun filming it. Hopefully it helps you guys out. Ask Me Realty is going to be making this very confusing market a little bit less confusing for you. So leave it down in the comments below if you have any questions regarding real estate, regarding loans, the whole market. If you anything, ask down in the comments below. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. We're going to have those links pop up around here somewhere, so you guys can hit me up on those as well. Don't forget to get this video a like, subscribe to the channel for more real estate related content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.